This is the Pilates push-up. You begin standing tall, chin to chest, rolling down through the vertebra, hands to the floor. Walk out to a plank position. Push up 1, 2, 3. Walking the hands back to the feet, dropping the heels, soften the knees, rolling up through the spine. Inhale, exhale, rolling down through the spine, walking yourself out. And exhale as you push up 3, 2, 1. Walking the hands back to the feet, soften the knees, pull the belly button towards the spine. Begin by pulling the elbows in towards the body, creating an abdominal contraction. As you come up, reach the arms out to the side long, stretching the whole side of the body. Inhaling as you stretch, exhaling as you curl through the spine, drawing the belly button up and in. Pull the elbows strongly back, creating a nice resistance between a contraction and an extension. Squatting windmill prep. Begin in a nice squat, sitting back and through the heels. Extend the arm back behind, opening the palm to the ceiling. Make sure that you're contracting deeply in through the glutes so that you're not overacting through the knees. Begin to bounce, pressing the arms back, palms facing back, stretching through the chest. Small bounces, leaning into those heels, pressing back. Curl, rounding forwards. Lifting the seat towards the ceiling and rolling up through the spine. Stand wide, toes pointed out. Tip forwards, sits bones back, abdominals tight, and begin to bounce, swinging the arms. Let the natural movement of your arms come from the bounce in your legs. Abdominals pulled in tightly towards the spine to protect your lower back. Inhaling to extend the arms back, exhaling to cross them over the chest. Make sure you're crossing one and then the other. Sitting up nice and tall, sits bones reaching to the floor. Alternate between a lift of the left and the right heel. Hands in a comfortable position at the hips or the waist. Draw the sits bones down to the floor and the belly button in towards the spine. Full windmill, come into a squat position, swinging the arms back behind. Let the movement of the arms come from the swinging of the hips. Alternate in the opposite direction, coming forwards. Let the whole body undulate and move to get the movement coming not from the strength in the shoulder, from the flexibility. Using soft myofascial tools through expansional movements and Pilates breath, the body will continue to deepen its release. Here we have Franklin balls placed underneath the arches of the feet. Begin by gently rolling them back and forth on the feet to soften the tissue. Press into the balls, rolling up through the spine, up onto the shoulder blades, and rolling back down through the spine, releasing the tailbone last. And rolling through, up to the top, and rolling back down. You want your spine to feel like a long chain as it slowly rolls back to the floor. On this next one, rolling up through the spine, hold it on the top and reach one hip and then the other hip long, reaching out through the knee so the balls gently roll back and forth on the feet. It should feel like a nice massage on the feet, working through the glute and working through the hamstrings. Take the arms wide out to the side for a greater balance challenge. Now, lowering and lifting the hips slightly, still in a hover position, taking the knees slightly wide out to the side to deepen the contraction in through the glutes. Rolling yourself all the way on down. Bring the knees to the chest and roll it up to sitting. Place the Franklin balls right in front of your sits bones on the hamstrings, extending the legs long, wider than your mat and slightly turned out, arms to the side. Twist, reach pinky to pinky, tall and center. Exhaling as you reach pinky to pinky, tall, inhale, center. Pilates saw. Keep the legs slightly turned out and the sits bones connected to the floor. Feel the deep massage in through the hamstrings through the Franklin balls. Grab your Franklin balls laying down on your back. Place the balls right to the sides of your sacrum. You should feel like it's on soft tissue. Bring one leg and the other leg to tabletop, arms wide. Reach one leg and the other leg out. Pull the belly button in towards the spine into an imprint position, coughing if you need to activate the transverse abdominis. Reaching, inhale, exhaling as you come to center. Tabletop position. Bring the hands behind the head, elbows wide. Create a hammock. And reaching the legs long. 1 and 2. Exhaling with each extension. Draw the belly button deeply towards the spine. Lengthen through the back of the neck, creating less tension through the front. Switch to straight legs, scissors. Add a double breath. Exhaling and exhale. Exhale 1, 2, exhale 1, 2, exhale 1, 2, exhale 1, 2. Draw the knees in towards the chest and release the Franklin balls off. Come onto your side, placing just one Franklin ball at the meeting between the shoulder blade and the rib cage, just below the armpit, elbow to the floor, hand to the head, stacking the hips on top of one another, lifting the waistline up from the floor. Lift the top leg up and down, making sure to activate through the side of the leg and not through the quadricep. Exhaling as you lift the leg, inhaling as you lower. Change your motion to a U shape, coming up high in the front and up high in the back, low in the middle, activating more in through the glute maximus and quad. Tip your pelvis slightly forwards, keeping the waistline lifted. Bend and straighten at the knee, lower and lift. Bend, straighten, lower and lift, activating deeply in through the gluteals. Keep the knee bent. Draw the knee down towards the floor, lifting it up as if you're scooping it out of a bowl. Dropping the knee, lifting the knee. Drop and lift, working all the deep rotators of the hip. Bring the top leg behind the bottom, foot flat on the floor. Lift and lower from the bottom leg, making sure to still lift through the waistline so that you're not sinking in through the upper torso. Activating inner thigh. Exhaling as you lift the leg up, inhaling as you lower it. Contract and hold. And release the leg on down. Repeat on the other side. Place the Franklin balls in between the shoulder blades on the rhomboids. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling and lift the pelvis up, activating through the glutes and hamstrings. Begin to scissor the arms. As the arms come towards center, drop the hips to a hover to the floor and reach them as you lift the hips high. Exhaling as you reach the arms away from one another. Inhaling as they come together. Keep a connection in between the knees as if you had a ball in between them. Adjust positioning. Bring the balls slightly higher on the rhomboids. Lift up to shoulder bridge position. Arms extended overhead. Bring the hands towards the thighs and then back up to that Y position. As the hands come down towards the thighs, lower the hips to a hover. Reach the arms wide open, expanding through the chest. Grabbing a soft foam roller, bring it down to the floor on your belly. Bring the wrists and forearms onto the roller, palms facing in. Begin by extending through the spine, rolling the roller down towards the hands. Draw the belly button in towards the spine as you come up, shoulder blades coming down the back. Reach one arm out to the side and back onto the roller. Thumb facing up towards the ceiling, palm facing forwards. Opening through the front of the chest, draw the belly button in towards the spine and begin to rainbow the arms. Bring one up towards the ceiling and around towards the thigh. Keep both the ASIS hip bones down on the floor. Come into a nice quadruped position and extend the knees out long as you come to a plank position, letting the roller glide up and down along the shin. Make sure to draw the belly button up towards the spine and expand open through the shoulder blades to create less sinking motion. Finally, we utilize harder myofascial tools in a deeper restorative way to open up fascial restrictions. These are Tune-Up Fitness Alpha Balls. We're going to be placing them on the pectorals right where it meets into the shoulder. Bring the arms into a goalpost position, elbows bent. We're going to be reaching them overhead and then back to that goalpost position. Letting the balls go up and down, cross-fibering across the pectoral muscles. Contracting deeply, we're going to bring the arms up and down, feeling the balls press into the tissue. Coming to a T position with the arms, lifting them up and down. Small circles, double arm, and single arm, one and then the other. Snow angels, arms reaching overhead and then down by the hips, palms facing down. Grabbing a pair of yoga tune-up balls in its tote. We're going to be taking them in the tote and placing them just below the knee bone, right to the sides of the tibia. Bring the other leg on top and begin to corkscrew side to side. If this is too intense, you can always do this with a soft foam roller and work towards using a harder tool. Relax, deep breathing into this motion. Switching legs. Turning over, find the belly of the gastrocnemius and go just below it, placing the toted balls there. Place one leg on top of the other and lifting the hips if you'd like. Rotate side to side, releasing the tissue just below the gastrocnemius. You can always lower the hips to the floor for less pressure. Switching to the other leg, again, just below the belly of the gastrocnemius and rotating side to side. Grab a chair or a stool and your toted balls. Place them just in front of the sits bone on the hamstring. Glide your legs side to side, letting the balls cross fiber on the hamstrings. Bend and extend through the knee, getting a contraction and extension of the hamstring, compressing the balls into the leg. Rotate at the hip, shifting one and then the other forwards, letting the balls gently roll up and down the hamstring. Repeat on the other side. Take one ball out of the tote and place it on the arch, dropping the heel to the floor. Compress and release into the ball, opening up the fascial lines that lie underneath the foot. And cross-fibering side to side, breaking the ankle, inversion, eversion, and gliding straight across, bringing the heel to the floor and sliding the arch across the ball, gripping the rubber into your skin. Repeat on the other side. Arch on the ball, heel down.